So the IB Learner Goals are something that have been around for a long time, I think. And then there's 10 of them, and they talk about ways that we can each be better students and better people. And so we've had posters on the wall for forever that show those 10 traits. And so it struck us about 3 years ago. Why not take those traits and turn them into a vehicle for people to make personal goals? At Cleveland, we invented the idea of turning the poster into goals. So we're excited about that, and that's been fun. And really, the goal of the program is on an individual level, right? So this is about you. What do you want to do more of, do less of? How do you want to grow? Who do you want to be? What would you like to do with your academic work? How would you like to be with your friends, with your families? Do I write something in my own way because I have an idea about doing it a little bit differently instead of just doing it the way that I think the teacher wants it, but actually give myself license to create? It can be, really personal, and then we can see results of those, right away.
My name is Jared Watson, and my trade is inquirer. To me, I think being an inquirer is questioning the world around you. And when you're curious about something, instead of being afraid of how you're going to look or, what will it sound like if I don't, just look it up. Just ask people around you. Strive to get that knowledge instead of sitting idly and waiting for it to come to you. Take any of these traits and it can help you improve your hobby. With me, inquirer. I needed to know what an arpeggio was. Instead of brushing it off, I looked it up, and it helped me because now I can put arpeggios in my songs. Well, I think it's the ultimate New Year's resolution, but it's just something that you don't stop after January. It's I think if everyone in school did this, it'd be really helpful when we start seeing changes in our community because everyone's striving to be a better person. It's immensely helpful to have small things, like I said, to do throughout your day. Instead of focusing on, I want to be a better person, focus on asking questions.
My name's Ainsley, and my trait is principle. I think that if I learn to be more principled, it'll help me mature more, give me more clarity. I want to be a positive role model for my peers. They can be inspired by what I'm doing so that they can work on being better people too.
Trait is caring. That caring is listening and respecting everyone. Like everyone has a story, and I find that interesting. So getting close to people that you normally wouldn't talk to, and being open to them, kind of helps you and them, I think. I'm just gonna try to talk to a large variety of people and try to be nice and understanding to everyone and kind of make sure that people know that they can come to me if they need help, because I think that a lot of people don't have people that they can go to if they are having a bad day or something like that.
For me, being a risk taker means pushing the boundaries and making sure that I'm expressing myself and expressing the ideas of others so that other people aren't overlooked, and making sure that people have a voice in the community. I'm going to continue to push boundaries through my art and my poetry, which I write, and just continue to promote expression.
My
name is Chloe, and my trait that I chose was open-minded. I chose to focus on being open-minded because most of my life I've kind of struggled with having an open mind in things, and so I thought it'd be good to counter that and fix it. I think the culture will probably become a lot more mature and understanding of each other. I guess having goals, it'll give people something to work towards so they're not just kind of walking around without a purpose.
Ecstasy. Dipping your pen where the ooze comes out. Writing, however, to reach this fabled acceptance. And that was my first case.
My name is Pocket and my trait is communicator. Like present your ideas like fluently and like being honest, talking to people, because that's what a communicator does.
My name is Mushar Mathubi. I'm a junior at Cleveland High School, and my trait is reflective. I think of it as more of a sit down and have a time to think to yourself and gather all your thoughts in like one, and think about like how you want to proceed or go forward with your thoughts. If I was more like, if I questioned myself a little more and like, then I think that would help me. I think it would help me make sense of my individuality, make sense of it, as well as, you know, I'm able to think back on the things before like leaving forward, so that way I won't make any mistakes. Because I think being reflective is like a key part in like moving forward.
Okay, I'm Michael Ansco, do you know more? I'm a sophomore, and my trait is balanced.
And I'm Carolina Gomez. I'm a sophomore as well, and I chose thinker.
I need to become more balanced to find a peaceful in-between for school, friends, family, and even just myself.
Outside of the classroom, I'd consider being a thinker as just acknowledging everyone else around you. When you write something down, it really clears your mind of like all the clutter and, you know, actually helps get stuff done if you just can cross it off.
I hope to just accomplish my goal and be able to make what I'm doing a habit so that I can stress less and be able to spend time with the people I love as well as get my work done.
So I've been working, this year I founded with some friends CARE, which is the Cleveland Alliance for Racial Equity, and we've been working towards getting more racial equity awareness throughout the school. And I'm involved with CARE because I believe in representing student voice and empowering students of color across the city and within my school. To start, I'm going to share with you my experience with race and how it has affected me. And we're pushing for an assembly, and we're pushing for some videos in some classrooms, and we're pushing for a survey. So we're going to continue pushing for further equity work within the school. Being a person of color is something to be proud of. I am proud of my skin color, I am proud of my heritage, and I am proud of my race. Thank you.
I think it's interesting because I was reading like a Buddhist novel. It's by this dude named Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's pretty cool. And what he said was like, you know, with gardeners, if you have a flower and it wilts, you don't just throw away the flower, you compost it, you make it into something new, and you allow something else to grow of that flower. And so I think with life, I'm learning to have the same thing. So even if that music isn't exactly what I expect it to be, I can still learn from it. Or even if this friendship isn't exactly what I need right now, I can still be friends with that person. I can still, show compassion and support. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, the world's ending. Because, Ms. Fuller's class and Advice, it's all talking about the facts. And yes, there's a lot going along with the world right now. But being closed-minded towards solutions and ways and people that want to fix things, I think is equally as damaging as just letting it happen. There's something magical about even just sitting around a campfire and playing and singing along with people. It's just, there's something so centering about that. It's like this meditation. It's the closest you can get to, I think, enlightenment without being a Buddhist monk. So for me, it's about the community because everyone has not necessarily the same music tastes, but everyone feels music, If you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. It's a way that I'm able to connect with people that I don't know, I guess. guess, you know?
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never shared. And no one dared disturb the sound of silence.
Last year, I wasn't very comfortable with performing. I didn't really talk much in class, but I said to myself, if I really want to get good at my art form, I need to learn how to communicate better. So I rose my hand up in class when I didn't really feel sure about the answer, even though I was nervous. But I've been trying to improve that all this year by going into poetry club. People should join poetry club. I'm gonna be president next year and we need members. So I listen a lot about body language and how I'm just gonna communicate this idea to people. We get to express ourselves as learners and studious students, but there's not much heart to heart where I say did you know that I'm totally into yoga or whatever, and then say oh wow, me too, and then friendships can be born out of that. That's how I try to get it test people this is who I am as a person and these are the ideas I want to communicate to you. I want to become amazing at this art form. So I just gotta keep pushing myself. That's what I feel other people should do too. Mostly I was in it for the art form, but now I feel myself becoming more open and I really enjoy that. And I'd say being a communicator doesn't necessarily mean that you just talk a lot in class. It's being able to express an idea fully and analyze people and understand why things are the way they are. It's just heart to heart. This is me. This is you. This is from me to you and from you to me. For everything that is everything that will ever be.
I started thinking about different perspectives on arguments and not be so enclosed in my own thinking.
I didn't really think about the community aspect of things. I was kind of just there okay, I'll volunteer every now and then, but most of it was for school service so that I could get my hours in for leadership or something. It wasn't for to help the community or to do something and learn something myself. And I feel for me to be balanced, I need to contribute to all aspects, not just my family and my school, but also the rest of my community.
I think that I view being a thinker more with a side of empathy more than just education and intellectual thinking. And I've come from not only thinking about myself in school, but also I didn't realize how much thinking relates to caring about people. It sounds pretty interesting. It sounds pretty cool.
We get badges.
Yeah, we get badges and little membership cards. And it was just super cool for me to get the application letter, just because it kind of proved to myself and that that people consider me for a position like that, which is a huge honor.
One of the things that I did this year that I think reflected open-mindedness was I joined the track team, which I thought before this year I thought to myself I was never going to join a sport, and I was pretty close-minded about sports and things, but when I thought of this goal I thought, well, I should join something, so I joined the track team and I started a string orchestra club. Before the IVU learner trait goals, I would have probably never thought of doing that. Since I'm thinking about it more, then I'm doing a lot more actions to reflect the trait.
Over these last 3 years, the goals that our students have written have blown my mind. They're so good and they're so personal and authentic and thorough. It's just been a joy to read them, but then also to watch students, living them and doing them. if at Cleveland, your lived experience is going from room to room to room and having adults task you with things to do. Here, do this. Here, do this. And then you go home and you do them. We haven't given you much for 4 years. Right? And so certainly it should be more than that. And we, as teachers, we work hard to make it more. The goals, what they can do, is to let you think about what else you'd like to be doing, how you'd like to grow as a person, as a student. And then that growth is a part of what you're doing throughout the 4 years. And as teachers, we're asking you about those, using that language. And now, during these 4 years, you grow a ton. And those 4 years are meaningful, purposeful, enjoyable. You come out of it even more the person that you'd like to be, that you'd like to become.